Had a Merry Christmas, good Christmas, and now it's back to work, especially for our guys. They reported back on the 23rd, the night of the 23rd, we practiced, and off the 24th, and then we practiced yesterday. And of course, now we're getting ready for Cal State Bakersfield, team coached by Rod Barnes. And if anyone knows about Rod's team, they mirror him. You know, he's an intense, hard-nosed, just a tough, scrappy kind of player. And I think his team exemplifies that. They're 7-7. Played a pretty tough schedule. You know, on the road at UCLA, played them really good. They played a team we played early in the year, Fresno, and it was a close ball game at halftime. And Fresno ended up a lot closer than what the score indicated. So it's a team that. Again, played Arizona, played them pretty good for about a half, and I think Arizona's size had an effect on the game. So, but it's a team that they got balanced scoring, and they want the game to be in the 60s and the low 70s, and we prefer it to be in the 80s and 90s and on. Maybe the will of tempos, who can impose their will in terms of tempo. Defensively, we got to continue to get better. And one of the things, like I said, they're a scrappy team, so we got to keep them off the boards. They play multiple defenses, so they'll pick you up. You know, their pressure is a little different than ours. It's to kind of slow you down, and whereas ours, we want to speed you up. So it's again, it's a team that we want to come off the break and hopefully play some good basketball, continue to play good basketball.
Post-Christmas or the post-break practice has been? Did you guys practice twice on Christmas, and just kind of what was Christmas like with the guys?
Yeah, we did go twice on Christmas. We got up at 9 and we shot around. We just shot for about 45 minutes, free throws and just some shooting. Then came back and got a pretty good workout. You know, the first one, you know, the first practice coming back was really, it was out of a sync, out of rhythm kind of practice. You could see guys, you know, can't catch the ball, the balance, and but I thought. You know, the first practice on the 23rd was typical of a break, where they go home and they got away, got out of a little rhythm. But I thought the practice on Christmas Day was a lot better, more physical, and I'm looking forward to even getting a little bit better today, so they can get back in the sync of, you know, playing good basketball.
Just with the Tennessee game Saturday, any worries about them looking ahead into the conference opener and looking past this one?
This team has been pretty good, Nate, for the most part, staying into today. Like today, practice, we want to get better, and then staying into the now. So Cal State Bakersfield is a team that you know that we got to worry about. You know, Tennessee, that's going to come. You know, once you get into the conference race. But the most important game is this game coming up, and that's going to be our job as a coaching staff to make sure, emphasize our guys to stay on task, and hopefully, you know, the senior leadership will be there for us on that as well.
Rankings came out yesterday, Coach. Obviously, again, you guys are unranked. Do you guys take that as a sign of disrespect?
You guys keep up with all the rankings and all that. You know what? I know we got a really good basketball team. I know we got a team that's getting better, and I want to be in the rankings when it's all said and done. And this is when you're more concentrated on how your team's playing. And when I look at how we're playing, you know, I get excited about this basketball team because I know there's potential for them getting even better. You know, when you consider we had some guys that weren't playing early on, and that is with Cook and Dustin Thomas, and it allowed us to get some other guys in the mix. You know, now Adrio's getting quite a few minutes. Even Gabe got more minutes. And so now we got those guys back. And, of course, we've seen the emergence of Daniel, the impact he has on this team. So that's what I get excited about. So in terms of the ranking, that's what everybody looks at. And it's great for, you know, recruiting and things of that nature. It's there. But at the end of the day, we just want to continue to get better and be one of the better teams in the country when it's all said and done. That's our goal right there, to get better every day, and can't worry about that. That's just somebody's opinion.
Mike, I think Rod, when he played at Ole Miss, I think he faced you guys a couple times before you got in the SEC when you played like in Memphis and Pine Bluff. And he faced you like, I'm sure it's 20-plus times as an assistant head coach. Is it going to be odd seeing him in here with a different team other than Ole Miss? And what do you think about the job he's done at Bakersfield? Because they were transitioning from D2 to D1. He got him in the NCAA tournament, got him in the NIT Final Four. Just what do you thought about what he's doing, and just kind of Rod's career at Ole Miss as well?
It doesn't surprise me. Rod was a point guard and played on Ole Miss team that won, and of course he coached over there with Rob Evans for a while, and then he got the head job, and he did a tremendous job there as well. His teams were tough, defensive minded, they were scrappy, and they, like I said, they mirrored him. And so it doesn't surprise me having an opportunity to go, and I mean, just think he went out west, and his DNA continues to be all over his team because, you know, they've gotten better each and every year. You know, I think last year they were in the Final Four of the NIT, and they had games on the road where they had to go and win to get there. And the year before that, they were in NCAA. So Rob is a very, very good basketball coach, and I think it's been on display in the SEC, and of course now at Cal State Bakersfield as well.
He's recruited Mississippi. I think Jarkel, I think I'm saying his name right, is from Oxford actually, and Holden's from
Player of the Year in Mississippi.
Yeah, what do you think about how he's, you know, what do you think about Jarkel and Holden, and just kind of how he's taking some Southern guys out to the West Coast?
You know, I think he's recruited to places where he's familiar from, and he's taking them out there, and I think you bring those guys and you combine the talent that's out that way, and I think that's where you're seeing his team's a little different than some of those teams. I mean, just hard-nosed. You know, that's where his recruiting base is. He's from Mississippi, so it makes sense for him. And you got the Player of the Year out of Mississippi, who's the leading scorer as a freshman. That says a lot about you. Again, Rod, you're gonna get kids that mirror who he is, and that's most coaches. That's what they want. They want guys that, you know, that kind of epitomizes what they're about. And so that's why I think you see his teams are always going to be in the hunt for that, you know, for the conference championship. Even this year, you know, they got some new guys, but they got a lot of holdovers from last year. But they got a lot of new guys, and he's integrating those guys by playing a tough schedule. So when they get to their conference play, trust me, they in the WAC they're going to be in contention. So that's why, you know, when I look at this team, we're getting ready to play. You know, we got to come out and play good basketball.
Coach Broyles' 93rd birthday, what kind of influence does he continue to have on you and this program and school as a whole?
Well, first of all, you know, I came here in '85 with Coach Richardson as a volunteer assistant, and I guess the first thing he did, gave us an opportunity. Gave Coach Richardson an opportunity to be the head coach here, and Coach came here and did his thing, and so you commend Coach Broyles for that. And what he's built here. I mean, when you think about the uniqueness of Razorback, the state university, everybody. I mean, you go from north, south, east, west. It's all about the Razorbacks, and I think he unified this program, even to where there's a great passion. I mean, it's like this religion, the Razorbacks, and of course you got to thank him for that in terms of what is taking place here. You look at the facilities here, you know, going from the Southwest Conference. We came when it was still in the Southwest Conference and transitioned into the SEC. And so that says that, you know, he was like years ahead of a lot of other guys because he got Arkansas into the SEC. And I think it's been a big plus for this university.
Coach, how do you feel this conference schedule has helped you for what's to come in the conference season? And also, do you plan on keeping Daniel in the starting lineup for when that happens?
Yeah, as I tell you, I'm not the smartest guy, but I'm not the dumbest guy in the world either. You know, ever since he's been in the lineup, some good things have taken place. But he's got to continue to work every day and get better, and keep trying to help this basketball team. He goes now on the top of the scouting list is in a lot of instances. So it's going to see to me how he reacts and how our team reacts, because you get once you've played in the non-conference schedule, which we've had a very, very good schedule, and but this team was commanded that, where we have a tough schedule to prepare us for, you know, our league. We knew our league was going to be good, but it's really, really good right now, and we'll find out even more about our basketball team once we get into conference play, which starts Saturday. The schedule, it is what it is. And we'll find out more about our basketball team.
I think I'm reading this note right, that this is the first time since '94 you guys have scored 90-plus points in 7 of your first 11 games. So just that's obviously a good year to emulate. What do you think about that stat?
I think our guys are playing the game the right way. I think, with 6 seniors on your basketball team, and, you look at the emergence of C.J. and Adrio Jones, how Daniel has kind of started figuring out some things, Darius Hall. So I think the depth of this team is really showing itself defensively and offensively. We're really starting to share the basketball. I think that puts a lot of pressure on other teams. Last year, you think about our team last year, it wasn't until we start distributing the scoring that we became a dangerous team. Early on, it was just Dusty. Dusty and Barford had his, where he played well at times. And I had one of those guys come off the bench. And then, of course, you had Darryl Macon, And of course, when Moses started scoring effectively, Manuel started scoring, all of a sudden now we start scoring some points and beating people. Well, I think we got more weapons this year. But I think these guys are learning how to play together and play. They're playing to win. I think that's the biggest key, playing to win. And so defensively, especially the last 4 games, we're taking care of the basketball. We're creating turnovers. Possession game is going in our favor. So let's knock on wood, continue to do what we're doing and get better at it. So in terms of scoring, that's the object of the game, is to score. I mean, we want to score as many points as we want to, as long as we got more on our side as opposed to the opponents.
Turn the ball over, have turned the ball over more than 200 times this season. How important is your guard play tomorrow?
It's going to be critical. I think they got good guard play. We have good guard play. And as I said before, we've done a good job of taking care of the ball. We value the basketball. But they're a team that's going to be playing multiple defenses, pressing. They'll throw some junk defenses in there, and we got to continue to take care of the ball and make good decisions with the basketball. I think that is very important. His team is built on defense, and that's what I want our guys to hang our head on, our defense. So it's going to be a team of who can impose their will on who. And we want to get the game up 94 feet. We want to get the game up and down the floor. They prefer, like I said, they're not giving up, I think, probably 68 points a game, something like that, while scoring maybe 69. So, again, that's going to be a difference in the game. We got to make shots, but also our defense has got to be on point. All right, thank you, guys.